How's it going? Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. Hold on a sec. Does it look familiar? I think it's the spot where I caught that blue cat that was about maybe 30 pounds, and that was big baits, no weights. I think it's the same spot. The river's a little lower, and a lot of these spots along here sometimes look the same to me. I came here really fast, didn't have a lot of time. I still don't have a lot of time. I thought I would go to the easiest spot to get to, and wouldn't you know it, there was 2 people fishing. I didn't know those people. I don't think they knew me. I wanted to jump in here real quick. Let me stop moving because it's just bumpy on these rocks. But I wanted to jump in here real quick to see if this was the correct spot, because it looks so different up there. They've come through with big machinery and moved so many things around. Oh my goodness, up river on this side, there is a huge amount of turkey vultures. I think there's a dead alligator up there. That's why they're up there. There's like about 100 or more all together. It's crazy looking. It's too far for you to see though. Okay, by some luck of the draw, I found this spot. I wasn't even sure, but it looks a lot different. We're at about 3 foot on the Carrollton gauge, so we're really low. Yeah, okay, we're doing this right here. Keep that to your memory. Remember that so I don't get lost when I come back with the gear. Those 2 logs right there. This is where we're going to set up. Let's get a closer look and just look at the water here. You might be able to see why I'm interested in this spot. Yeah, that's a lot of turkey vultures up there. Anyway, you see it? I was aware of this. I've been aware of this for a while. I had to walk up here to see if it was still like the way it used to be. You can barely see it. It's sometimes hiding itself. It might mean something really bad, but it is really interesting. There's current seams almost right up against the rocks, so there's probably a drop off really close right there. You see that current seam right there about 10 feet out? There's probably a drop off, and there's probably a lot of stuff, so therefore there's probably flathead. This is probably a good place to find flatheads, this spot. We could just go with the easy peasy right as you walk into here, set up, but no, I think we'll walk out of here when it's dark and follow on my ass. Hopefully we don't break anything. Ooh, hopefully we don't fall on my way to get the gear. Let's go. Just wanted to show you real quick why it's difficult for me to find spots where I previously was, because they just came through here and scooped up all the mud that was left from the river coming in here this year, and they pushed it back. And in some areas, there's so much debris pushed up into this berm right here, so much of it pushed up, you can't recognize one spot from the other because your trail is gone, or it looks totally different, or you got to climb over a mountain of stuff and you might be at the wrong place. I don't know how I found this. I just saw this opening in the trees right where I saw a couple other things. It's like, is that it? Honestly, there's a lot of places that look just like this. I don't know how I did it. I just lucked out. First thing I'm gonna do is get one rod out. I'm probably gonna fish multiple rods here, but we're gonna do this. This is just a gill head with a 3/0 Kale and 20-pound test. Weightless, of course, because this is a guaranteed snag fest. Snaggy as all heck here. We're just going to fish this close in too, just right there. See what happens. We'll see if we get snagged right away. But this is a good method. Some people, they think that to get a big fish, they got to throw out a mile into the middle. But to get a blue cat or a flathead, just right here off the rocks at this time in the afternoon, right at sunset, it's all good. It's all perfect. Flathead are big on the list right now of what we're looking for, because we're in their habitat. I really wasn't expecting it to happen this fast. I had my back turned, tying up another rod, and I turned around because I heard something, and we had this fish on. Because I'm fighting this on 20-pound tests, this is probably going to take a while, but super fun, right? This fish is running, got a lot of downward pull. We definitely know we don't have a stingray, but yeah, I think we have deep water right here in front of us. Surprisingly, just a little further down where I caught a big fish recently, not as deep as here. This point that we're fishing off of is good. This fish doesn't feel as big as it was fighting. It's just a gaff top. But that happened really fast. That is a good sized gaff top too. River is still really green. We're right in the corner of the mouth as well. Awesome. How beautiful is that? Sailboat cat. Look at that. He's got it up for us. Yeah, you're right. Go home. Flapper style is what I just did. You see that right there? 10-aught is what I'm using. 45-pound test is my line. Of course it's mono. I would never suggest you do braid in a spot like this that is this snaggy. There's just so much to cut through the braid. Sometimes it cuts through the mono, but the mono survives a little bit longer. This ship is absolutely cruising upriver at a phenomenal speed. He's changing the dynamics of the current around us as well, making the water draw out. He's probably going to give us a decent wake. Ships going up river don't usually give really big wakes this time of year. It's the ships coming down river that do it, but given his speed, how fast he's going, he's probably going to throw a decent wake on us, which might push fish up on us. He's definitely caused my big bait to truck more, but my big bait would have trucked just as much without him. Changes the dynamics. I blame the ship. He was going way too fast. He caused my close-in bait to snag up automatically. Bastard. It's his fault, right? Whoa, I got a super slack line on my big bait. This might be toast. Just yank it out. Every time I come out to do this, I bring boxes of hooks, because I know what's up. I know that I'm going to lose stuff. But when I lose stuff right off the bat, it is really hard for me to accept it and move on. It leaves me with a feeling, I think it's most guys, right as you snag up early in the session, you feel like it's over. I don't know how I do it sometimes, how I keep going forward. I've been on these sessions where I just snagged up repeatedly, lost so much stuff, and finally got a fish. And sometimes the fish was worth it, and other times it was the gaff top at the end of the line. Today it was the gaff top in the beginning. You have to be ready, because that might be all this is. But because we got that gaff top right off the bat, is better than going home knowing that you got nothing and you lost a bunch of hooks. So it is what it is. And yes, I'm tying back up. I'm going to go back out. I'm going to keep trying. Right as I said that, I turned around and I see this rod's getting pecked at. Everything's gone calm now that Speedy Gonzalez has got out of here. We're going to throw this upriver a little bit. Bring it in a little bit. Find a home for it. I've had one fish on the big rod. It was a big bait. It was a big mullet head, but the line got cut by some debris. That was a few nights ago. Several for you. It was down at the ferry landing. Big fish over there at the ferry landing, but my goodness, there was a lot of junk to contend with in that water there. More than there is here, and there is a lot here. Now both rods are getting a bite, and I think we got another fish. This one's really pulling. It feels like a pivot point on my 20-pound test. Let me get up. Oh no. Oh no. I think he took us through some junk, and the junk cut through the line. That's why I bring a box. One more headpiece. Wow. Actually, I got several headpieces. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening. But I'm gonna keep putting a bait right off this point. But to get it where I want it, I gotta throw it a little bit upriver so it drifts into it rather than drifting past it. I'm considering trying to get the bigger bait back and doing something similar. See if I can get two baits right off here, because whatever's down here is attracting fish. I've had one big gaff top out of here, and then one big fish that I just lost. It's probably like just a pile. It's probably deeper water right here, a hole, and a pile of revetment. We're getting into the darkness now, and the mosquitoes are out in full force. Oh. I was watching one rod, I got a bite on another rod. Again, I feel my line up against junk. Hopefully the mono fares well. We're bringing this fish through a gambit of stuff here. I'm gonna give him slack, see if he makes it better for me. I'm gonna come up high. I don't know, are you still there? I think so. Oh, yeah, he's pulling back. But I'm nervous. I want to go this way on the other side of the log to see if I can get him out of this, but I don't want to get too far from this rod because it's getting a bite, but it might be a crab bite. I don't have a big fish here. What to do? Walk down the log a little bit. that most certainly did not improve things. I've had this happen before where I got a fish on, but I can't get them out of the junk. Sometimes you just have to go for the sacrifice. We waited long enough. Fish is free. The hook is gone. I left that big bait out there for a good while, and then when I was ready to go, I realized it was snagged. So yeah, mixed emotions on these big baits, no weight sessions. They produce big fish, but they also produce heartaches. Lost 2 fish to the riprap out there. Yeah, well, it was a fun one fish video. Yeah, you're right. Hey, thanks for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, being a member of the channel. And yeah, you're right. I'll see y'all next time.